My career, let me begin with why I chose banking as a career. Many years ago when I was doing my MBA, I did my summer internship which was in a bank. Ironic as it may sound, it was actually ANZ Bank in India. And during the 3-month assignment there, I was quite touched by the amount of, or for that matter, I was quite moved by the fact that bankers actually touch people's lives, they touch the economy, and they can make a difference. It is then that I decided that I wanted to work in a bank because I wanted to be at the center of it all. So that was my reason for having to choose ANZ Bank. Promptly the next year after finishing my management, I joined Bank of America in India as a management trainee, and have since then worked in areas of sales, product, marketing, across both sides of the balance sheet, and worked with different organizations like ABN AMRO, Royal Bank of Scotland, and now currently with ANZ. My career has also interestingly spanned 3 different countries. So I've had the privilege of having worked and started my career in my home country, which is India, then moved to Singapore for about 3 years, and then here I am now in Indonesia. I've now spent roughly about 2 odd years, or less than 2 years at ANZ, and I think it's been a time where I've gathered a lot of experiences, because at ANZ I've had the chance to not just work across two countries, but at the same time get used to a new organization again in a new country as well. I think the positive at ANZ is that there's a lot of empowerment and freedom, not just at the lower levels, even at the higher levels, and you're pretty much responsible for all your actions. So in many ways it makes decisioning fairly, you need to do a lot of thinking as you make decisions, but at the same time it's a lot of fun as well. I haven't really encountered any negative aspect of having worked at ANZ, and I hope during my career here I don't encounter any negatives as well. Good mix of, firstly, a good strategy, so it takes a lot of time to set out a good strategy. Secondly, very careful planning, and lastly, what I would say is a good mix of people who are good at their respective areas and willing to come together as a team. So these are the 3 things that I would say helps us, and helps me in particular, develop my business in ANZ. Okay, in many ways, I think at most parts of my job I've been successful. For me, success is about a collection of experiences that can be put to good use every time we put, I am doing something new or different, or for that matter, even my current job. What I would say is that for me personally, success is not about net worth. It is about creating some self-worth. And that self-worth comes out of, as I just mentioned earlier, a collection of experiences, a collection of having the confidence in yourself, of having done many different things in the past, and working with many different people as well. So I think to me success is about self-worth and not so much about net worth. I've never had a chance to meet this gentleman, but his name is Mr. K.V. Kamath, and he was the managing director of a bank in India called ICICI Bank. But I have, while I was working in India and even outside, I've had the opportunity to witness this bank rising from a very small presence to a significant presence. And I think a combination of making hard decisions, a combination of some very good foresight and vision, and a combination of putting in for the long term, right, has made this bank, and in particular this gentleman who helped steer the bank over the last many years, a huge success. So I kind of try and think about some of the things he's done whenever I'm planning my own business. Well, I would say gather experiences, collect new responsibilities. Money is not everything, so don't just, bankers are known to leave at the first sight of more money. So I would strongly suggest that it is not money which drives careers, it's actually experiences, it's actually the fun of having worked with different people, it's the fun of responsibility and increased responsibility which drives things. So stay loyal. To me, that's the most rewarding part of anybody's career.